You're certainly full of surprises, aren't you?
Trust me, it's not intentional.
Sorry, that was insensitive of me. Though, there's still an awful lot I wish I could understand. Every new piece of information seems only to yield further mysteries. The truth feels just as elusive as when we first started. I am well aware of where you got your powers. But why, as a Dahnan, do you bear the same crest as the current Renan sovereign? More to the point, why choose a Dahnan for their sovereign in the first place? And then there is the Maiden, a figure so powerful, she's playing yin to the sovereign's yang in esoteric ceremonies. And yet, I'd never even heard of her. Then again, this all occurred 300 years ago. What if the term sovereign doesn't even hold the same meaning as it did back then? Listen, I may be a traitor among my people, but I am still Renan, born and raised. I learned the same history, listened rapt to the same tales. And yet now I feel like there was little truth to any of it.
Speaking of which, there's something else that I remember from the spirit channeling ceremony. It used the Renis Alma.
You're certain?
Yes. Or at least that's what they called it. Only you would know if it was one and the same.
Oh, I have never laid eyes on the real artifact myself. And you never participated in a crown contest. You're not even Renan. Many mysteries lay buried in these 3 centuries past.
3 centuries is more than several lifetimes. Was I really out that long?
Well, I'm only estimating based on historical record. But all the facts would seem to point that way.
Who the hell am I?
If I may be frank, we have even bigger fish to fry than that. By comparison, the far more important question at hand is, just what does it all mean?
Frank, huh?
Sometimes, we need a little help in addressing the truth behind our pain. Not to compete over lives lost, but I suspect your count is still somewhat beneath mine.
Thanks for lending me an ear. And sorry for being a bother.
Please, no thanks are necessary. The quicker you get back on your feet, the sooner we can all get back out there.
What do you see out there?
Zeugles. Strays by the looks of it. We unwittingly disturbed their territory on our way here, and now they're looking pretty riled up. So, feel like you're making headway? You know, sorting through things?
All I know is Shion needs our help. As for what happens after that...
Say, how did you get back down here from Lenegis, anyway?
I came down in a Renan starship. I have Naori to thank for that.
What happened to her? Did she come with you?
She stayed behind. Just as I wanted to get back to Dana and my people, Naori's place was with her fellow Renans, performing her duties as the Maiden. Neither of us asked for the power or roles we were given. I suppose we felt a kinship with each other in that sense. But even then...
Wait, so you mean it wasn't just Dahnans like you that Lenegis abducted? You're saying they forced Naori, one of their own, to serve against her will as well?
Even within Renan society itself, there exists a hierarchy. I don't think she was ever given the option to refuse. Despite that, she did everything she possibly could to serve her people. The very same ones I ended up slaughtering. And even after that, she still helped me escape back to Dana. She stayed behind on Lenegis to help any of her people who survived. I owe her more than words can express. A debt left to fester for what? 300 years? How do I even begin to make up for something like that?
In all honesty, you don't. You can't atone for what's happened in the past. I don't think anyone can. Be it several centuries ago, or just yesterday.
What are you saying? That I might as well give up?
I'm saying you don't have to be a white knight in shining armor. Back after my brother had passed away, it was you who told me that his dream lived on inside me. And you did the same for him, for Dohalim, when he was ready to give up too. You were there for both of us. You know what I heard? I heard you telling me to keep fighting. To strive no matter what.
And I was out of line. I had no right to ask that of you.
No, you're wrong. Those words were exactly what I needed to hear at the time. In fact, I would go as far as to say that I wouldn't even be here had I not heard them. Left to my own devices, who knows when I would have been able to pick myself up. Besides, it's not like killing all those people was a choice that you made of your own free will, right? The truly terrible ones are the people who abducted you. The ones who forced you to wield that power. They're the ones you should be blaming. Not only that, but that guilt you feel inside, that's all the proof you need to know you're a good person, Alphen. Do you understand? If I'm still allowed to fight and keep on living, then damn it, Alphen, so the hell are you. But, if you're still not convinced, then ask yourself this. What is it that you've really been fighting for this whole time? Go on, ask yourself.
What I've been fighting for, huh?
All this time, I thought it was the worrying about Xion and the pain bringing you down. I didn't realize you were lonely too.
I guess all of us are. In one way or another.
Yeah, but you've only just found out. I mean, no, not found out. Remembered.
To tell you the truth, I was actually beginning to forget I'd even lost my memory in the first place. Now that it's returned, well, you can see what I'm like. It's strange. When I think about Lenegus, it still feels like it was only a year or two ago that I was there. But then I realized what feels like years was actually centuries ago.
What about your hometown? Do you know if it's still there?
I doubt it. When the Renans invaded, the world as I knew it changed overnight. Even if the place is still there physically, I expect the people will be long gone. Certainly everyone I knew, at least. My family, my friends.
Yeah, I know how that feels. I have no home to return to either. No family waiting for me. I used to curse my bad luck that I'd ever been born a mage in the first place. Otherwise, if I hadn't, maybe my mother and father would still be alive today. Although if that had been the case, I guess I'd probably still be just another slave with no means to resist. I'd never have met up with you guys, that's for sure.
Have you learned to embrace your powers yet?
Nuh-uh. I resent them a little less than before, though. They've kept me alive this long, right? I try not to think about it too much. After all, who can predict what the future will hold? I guess what I'm trying to say is that with everything that's happened in your past, finding out you're the Sovereign and all, it's no wonder you're conflicted. Heck, honestly, I think anyone would be.
Rinwell.
First it was Xion, then it was me, and now it's you. All of us suffering, just because of some power we never even asked for.
Yeah. All this time you were suffering right in front of me, and I never even knew. I feel like I finally understand what you and Xion were going through.
You couldn't have known. Still, if you want to make it up to her, shouldn't we hurry it up and rescue her already? Poor Xion must be lonely, all by herself wherever she is.
Yeah, you're right. Let's get going.
Alphen, are we gonna go rescue Xion or what? What's gotten into you, man? Aren't you worried about her?
Do I even have any right to be?
If you were in my place, you'd say, to hell with all that. What do you want to do?
Sounds like me. Pretending I have all the answers is kind of my forte.
Come on, man. Snap out of it. This isn't like you. Look, I get it. You finally remember your past, only to feel like you've lost yourself again. You're in shock, and who wouldn't be? Worse still, you blame yourself for what happened. And yeah, I don't agree, but that doesn't mean I don't understand either. But here's the thing. None of that's got anything to do with Shion.
I guess.
It's about Naori, isn't it? Look, you're still here, aren't you? Who's to say this chick isn't alive and kicking out there somewhere, too? Fine, I've said my piece. The thing is, though, where does this leave Shion?
My power consumed me once already. I left behind a path of fire and destruction. And the same thing could happen again. I can't guarantee anyone's safety, including Shion's.
So you think we might get burned up because of your sovereign powers? I can think of worse ways to go. Come on, fight this thing! What happened to the guy who talked to me after my dad died? The one who cared enough to reach out and save me? That's the guy I was proud to follow. Not this faltering imposter who's taken his place.
Law.
No, I'm serious. What's gotten into you, man? Just give me the word and I'll beat some sense into you if that's what it takes. Now, I'm gonna ask you this once and only once. Are you serious about rescuing Shion or not? What's it gonna be, Alphen?
What do you think? Of course I want to rescue her. Hell, I'd do it right now if I could.
So then quit griping and do it already!
Listen, you're probably right about all this.
Alphen.
It's exactly like you said. Whatever happened in my past has nothing to do with Shion. But there's still so much that There I go again. So much for the inspiring Alphen of old.
He could be a pain sometimes. Besides, even a hero has to let the cracks show once in a while, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Just give me a little more time to fill in the cracks. And thanks, Law.
Hey, don't even mention it. You've totally got this, Alphen. I believe in you.
Back to the inn, I guess.
There you are!
What is it?
Zeugles, that's what! They're almost at the village gates!
Any closer and they'll be house hunting. I knew we shouldn't have cut through their territory.
That sounds bad.
Can you fight? No shame in bowing out if you're not up for it.
Kisara's right. You don't want to go overdoing it.
I'm up for it.
Really?
You ready?
As ready as I'll ever be. It's now or never, right?
Alphen, right! Great to have you back! Now let's do this!
Look sharp, people! If we don't act fast, they're going to get into the village.
Right. We need to hurry.
Remember, if the pain's too much...
We've all got our own pain to deal with. I'm done letting others pick up my slack.
Here they come! We can't let even a single one through!
There's a firm no-Zoogle policy.
Fine by me. Let's get to work then.
Simeon, I shall feel you where you stand. Shield from calamity. It's on a new melody.
Split it open!
Be my guest.
Ready to go!
Too back.
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Covering wind.
On your knees.
Here I come.
Another incantation.
Illuminate the Holy Land!
I'm not done. Try harder. Now. Take this. Dragon Form.
A new melody.
Double Demon Fang. First strike. It's time.
Armor won't save you!
Double Demon Fang. Dragon Form. We did it. Dragon Form. You picked the wrong fight. Double Demon Fang. Dragon Form. Win. Burn.
Chinese Supernova! Laser
Double Demon Fang. Dragon Form.
the doctor ordered.
Double Demon Fang.
Move him away!
Benediction light.
Chinese Supernova! Dance in the wind! In here! Oh,
Take this.
I'm just getting
Double Demon Fang.
now!
Covering wind.
Move him away!
Alphen, you okay?
I'm fine. This pain thing really hurts, huh?
But hey, at least you're still alive.
It wouldn't be called pain if it was pleasant. It can be pretty useful, though. It's good motivation to improve and get stronger.
Guess I've got a lot of room to improve in that regard.
Anyway, I'm glad we could protect the village, especially after everything they've done for us.
Yeah.
You know, this limb kind of reminds me of home. The people here have hidden themselves away out of the fear of being found, always watching their backs. Though in the end, home was destroyed anyway.
That won't happen here.
Oh? Is that a hint of fighting spirit I sense?
Yeah. I won't lie. Some of these memories will take a while to process. But I've learned something too. My rage, this fury I feel at our so-called rulers, it comes from having so much of myself stripped away from me back then. Friends, family, home. They took everything from me, and left me with nothing but guilt. I was completely alone. At least that's what I thought. But not anymore. Since I awakened, I've met people who I care about. Friends who hold me up. Friends who make me feel like I'm worth something. And I won't lose that. Not ever again. I'll protect those bones with everything I have. That's why I need to keep fighting.
But Xion comes first.
Of course. First we rescue Xion, then we defeat Volron and liberate Dana. Everyone, will you fight with me?
Say the word and I'm there.
Certainly no objections.
Then it's agreed. Our next stop will be the capital, Pelegion. According to the villagers, there's a huge cliff separating Thistleum from the capital. Luckily for us, there's a path we can use to climb up.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
We don't know what lies ahead. We should prepare well before we venture forth.
Yeah, can't exactly fight at the top of your game when you're hungry.
Good point. Let's stop by the inn and plan our next move from there.
Okay.
Why?
Damn it.
What?
Is that so?
Okay.
Great job.
I'll teach these small fry who's the apex predator of these waters. Just watch and see.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves now.
I guess we're having fish for dinner tonight.
You're saying we should check the Owl Forest?
By the way, how is Mahavar doing? Wait, don't tell me we still haven't found him.
It's not like we haven't been looking. I've covered the whole length and breadth of the coast, but...
All of the other crew members are accounted for, including us. But we weren't able to find Mahavar. He's still missing.
I see.
Perhaps he couldn't bring himself to abandon the ship.
You mean at the bottom of the ocean? Damn it.
We don't know that it sank. We all washed up on the same shore. If the ship went down, isn't it strange we haven't come across a single piece of debris?
Do you think he might still be alive somewhere out there?
I think stranger things have happened. Whether he's alive or otherwise, we've exhausted all the avenues available to us. All we can do now is press on ahead.
Fine, let's get going. Thistlein was founded by Danans fleeing the tyranny of Renan lords, right? But when you first came, they must have known Dohalim was Renan. So why do you think they let us in?
They almost didn't. But it wasn't just Dohalim they were wary of. They didn't trust any of us.
Even the weird Danans just like them?
When you live life in constant fear of being pursued, it's only a matter of time before all outsiders start to seem a potential threat.
I suppose that makes sense. So how did you convince them to trust us?
You saw how destitute the village was. They needed food, badly. We hunted some Zeugles for them. That seemed to do the trick.
Of course, a little magic-assisted roast didn't hurt things.
Never underestimate a full stomach's ability to put a person at ease. It turns out a hearty meal can be a powerful weapon. Something's on your mind. You having second thoughts about rescuing Shion?
Of course not. Shion's our friend. Almeidrea was the one I hated. For as long as I can remember, she served as a symbol to me of everything Renan. But ever since getting to know Shion, I realized it doesn't make sense to group people together like that. Every individual is different.
I see.
Besides, the situation with Almeidrea was something else entirely. I'd already decided I wasn't going to kill her, but when I saw her dying right in front of me, a part of me thought it served her right, that she'd gotten what she deserved. But another part regretted that someone else had come along and killed her instead. Don't get me wrong. If I had the chance again, I still wouldn't kill her. But it's not like I'll be shedding any tears now that she's gone. It's all so confusing. I don't know how to make sense of any of it.
Who said it had to make sense?
Huh?
Rinwell, you've done nothing wrong. You've started to question the beliefs you've held all your life. It's only natural for you to feel disoriented. You didn't give in to the hatred you felt for Almeidrea. You made a choice not to kill her. And that's significant, whether you realize it or not. As for what it means exactly, that might be worth taking some time to figure out on your own.
Some time.
Or don't, if you don't want to. It's just an idea. I'm still searching too, remember?
No, I think you're right. It can't hurt to keep searching after all. And hey, thanks, Kisara.
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
Done. This is sure to give the others some much-needed energy.
You sense one of your pals, Hoodle?
Feels like I'm melting.
Calaglia was pretty hot, but at least the air there was dry. Out here, it feels like I'm trying to walk through thick soup.
I can hardly breathe, it's so stuffy. And don't get me started on the insects. You hanging in there, Hoodle?
It's brutal, all right. I can feel my energy being drained away just by walking. All this vegetation makes it hard to keep an eye out. Keep your wits about you, everyone. And watch you don't keel over while you're at it.
What's needed at times like these is a relaxing hot spring. That would soon help us adjust.
And where do you expect us to find one of those?
What about you, Alphen? All that gear, and you hardly seem to be breaking a sweat.
Yeah, I guess when you've lived a life devoid of pain for as long as I have, even feeling hot and bothered could be a welcome change.
Well, lucky you, I guess. Just don't expect us to carry you when you pass out.
Courteous, aren't you?
Double demon blade!
Can't get out of this!
Lightning to
Ready and ready! Here I come!
Blind you with silver!
illuminate the top! If they rush you, you gotta jump for cover, okay?
All mine! Begin! Elusive deity! A new melody!
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me!
Good! I'll leave it to you!
Elusive deity!
Be still!
Does it hurt?
Do it!
Ready!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! Raging Cascade!
Super Solo Dead!
Powered Hurricane! Lightning Orb! More with that!
Eat this!
Oh,
Be
and
still!
I'll tear you apart!
Lightning Condemned! Powered Thunder Blade!
Could have been worse.
There it is. That's our target.
Little help!
Here I come! You picked the wrong fight!
Air pressure!
Double demon
Are
back!
those arms even natural?
Megasonic thrust! Here!
Shining
Megasonic thrust!
Dance in
Here!
the wind! Please
Megasonic thrust! Here!
Dance on the wind!
Dazzle!
Easy and snelling to me.
Wind!
Yeah, and the bubbling to me.
You're finished! Double demon fang!
I can do this all day!
Dragon swarm!
Magic is there! Holy Land!
Take this!
Could have been worse.
Man, this place is thick with foliage.
I know. It feels like we're going to be swallowed up by all these plants if we stay in here.
Indeed. I much prefer the forests in Menancia myself.
Not that I don't agree, but maybe now's not the best time for Elda Menancia Pride.
It's gone!
Here!
Tectonic fire! That freaking does it!
Megasonic thrust! Eternal devastation! No escape!
Inferno!
Lightning thrust!
Magic is there! Crossblade!
Another!
Charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Illuminate the dark! Come forth, holy glimmer! Holy Land!
Dragon swarm!
Now!
All yours, Kisara! Benediction light.
Dragon shell!
Dance in the wind!
You're mine!
Photon, dance in the
Now
wind!
you see what I can do!
In here!
Now I'm real mad!
Dragon double dance!
Talent storm! On your knees.
Double demon fang!
Raging storm! More where that came from!
Big flash!
Light after lightning to death!
It was nice while it lasted.
Illuminate the
First strike!
Dragon
Dragon
swarm!
swarm! Dazzle! Rising falcon!
I'm ready!
Double deep!
Take!
Blow them away!
There's always room for improvement.
Ho ho ho! Ho ho ho! Ho 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 ho! Ho ho ho!
You're saying we should check the owl forest?
Is that the Zoogle we were told to dispatch? Let's see what you've got.
Can't get out of this!
Take that! One last! Illuminate the dark! Come forth, holy glimmer!
Begin!
Holy Land!
Double demon fang! Megasonic thrust! Here!
I'm on! Elusive demon!
Scoot back!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Eternal devastation!
Heal!
Crush!
Talon hurricane!
Lightning
Double
to
demon fang!
Thunderblade!
Try harder!
No
chance!
Holy
Elusive
Land!
demon!
I'm
Holy
Begin
Land!
anything you
Dragon
want.
sword!
Tornado! Reload! Light burst force!
Radiant Genesis! Lightning
Double
to
demon fang!
Thunderblade!
Megasonic thrust!
Dark!
Here!
Holy Land!
Megasonic thrust! Here I come!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Don't get careless.
What's up?
Once we get to the mountain, the terrain won't be easy. We should rest up here before pressing on.
But what about Shion? She's waiting for us.
All the more reason to conserve our energy.
Huh?
It's not only the mountain. Hard though that may be, it's a pittance compared to what follows. Namely Volron. We wear ourselves out now, or worse still, get injured. We might as well show up gift-wrapped. Right, Kisara?
That's right. Besides, Alphen still hasn't fully recuperated yet.
I'm fine. Don't stop on my account.
Oh, really? Well, in that case, it's me who wants to take a rest for a while. Does that suit you better?
A little bit.
So, Alphen, 300 years, huh? Care to share the secret to such a long and healthy life?
I wish I knew. Once I left Lenegis, the next thing I remember is waking up in Calaglia. Everything in between is a blank.
You mean there are still gaps in your memory?
I've heard of starships with devices that can stave off imminent death by putting their passenger into a deep sleep. They're usually only intended as a temporary solution, until proper treatment for an ailment or injury can be obtained.
You think he might have been asleep in that starship for 300 years? But why? What would be the point?
Might this Naori have had a hand in it?
What do you mean?
If she's Renin like you say she is, she would have understood how to operate the starship better than yourself.
You're saying she deliberately put me to sleep for 300 years?
Dohalim, that's a bit of a leap.
Forgive me. I spoke out of turn. I'm merely thinking aloud, that's all. Shion and the maiden Naori. After 300 years, it's not unreasonable to suspect they may be related. Shion is nearly the perfect image of her, yes? She also just so happens to be connected to you. Is it merely a coincidence?
Like I've told you 1,000,000 times already, I wouldn't know.
Well, if you're absolutely certain that it couldn't have been Naori, then I guess I must have been mistaken. Complicated machinery can sometimes break down or have failures. Sorry for being presumptuous.
Hold on a sec. Alphen, you said the mask was to placate you, right? To keep your guilt and rage in check? And you were wearing it the whole time you were asleep, right?
I guess I must have been.
So that's 300 years you were wearing it. It's just a hunch, but do you think that the mask might be...
The reason he lost all his memories?
All but a select few strong ones, so deeply ingrained in his psyche that he saw them in the form of dreams. It's not completely out of the question.
In which case, maybe it was the mask numbing his sense of pain, too.
It's certainly possible. As for how, I wouldn't know, but the dampening effect on his psyche could have manifested itself physically as well.
I'm sorry for snapping at you back there. It's thanks to you that I feel like I'm know that we're finally getting somewhere with all this.
No apologies necessary. Reading others' feelings has never been my strong suit.
So he finally admits it.
I really hope Shion's okay.
I get why you're concerned. But if you don't rest when you can, you're going to regret it.
She's right. We need our rest to conserve our strength.
Yeah, you're right. Thanks, you two.
No problem. We'll save Shion. I know we will.
This looks perfect. Guaranteed to hit the spot.
Alone. I'm all alone.
Let's go. We don't want to keep Shion waiting.
I always hear you muttering to yourself whenever we're in battle. So, just what are you saying?
Why do you want to know? Does it bother you or something?
Not really. It's just the way you talk is sometimes kind of creepy. So I was wondering if you vent your frustration through your magic. Are you yelling, "You stupid jerk," or something like that to pump yourself up?
What? No, that's not what's happening during my incantations. I'm just focused, so I match my tone to fit the mood of whatever I'm trying to invoke.
Invoke?
How do I put it? Basically, the elemental astral energy behind each art, I guess.
Astral energy? Hold on, are you saying you can talk to astral energy?
Not exactly. But if I put emotion into what I say, it's easier for me to properly cast my arts. That makes sense?
Kind of. Okay, so if you can talk to astral energy, then you can ask it to, like, predict the weather or find secret treasure?
Wait, you don't really think that, do you?
Or you can ask it to send down lightning to where there's bad guys lurking and...
May lightning condemn those who bear false! Thunderblade!
Ah, what are you doing? You almost fried me with that!
I just asked the astral energy to send down lightning where there were annoying boys.
I don't know what to do. Things can't go on like this.
What do you mean?
Ah! Oh! It's you, Rinwell.
You were talking about me, weren't you?
No, I wasn't. I've just been thinking about some things.
Really? How unusual.
Cut it out. I'm being serious here.
Sorry.
I was thinking about... You know how I used to work for Ganabelt back when I was in Ciclodia?
Yeah, of course. You were brought in after the Snake Eyes killed your friends, right? I mean, you had to.
Right. I used to have nightmares about it when I fell asleep. But lately that's been happening a lot less. I don't know how to feel about that.
That's a good thing, isn't it? You should be happy.
Yeah, but... I did a lot of terrible things back then. And I'm scared I'm starting to forget what I did.
Okay, so let me just get all of this straight. You think you'll forget everything if you stop having those nightmares? Why?
Because... You know me. I'm freaking stupid.
But it sure doesn't sound to me like you've forgotten.
Well, yeah, but still.
I don't think those nightmares going away means you've forgotten. Maybe it's a sign that you've come to terms with what you did.
Come to terms? You mean like Alphen with his past? You think that's what's happening?
Yeah, I do. You're pretty amazing, Law.
I am?
Yeah. Not all of us have figured out how to accept our pasts. Least of all, me.
Rinwell.
Whoa! Get a look at this view!
Don't get so drawn into it you fall over now.
Little help!
Resonate with the earth! Eat dirt!
Raging Cascade!
Double demon fang!
They may look cute and stuff, but they're vicious!
You're mine!
Now!
Demons descend! Flashing fang! I'm on it! Double demon fang! Ripping air! Dragon form!
Rotating pile driver! Shining!
I'm ready!
Dopamine!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! Dance in the wind!
I'll face you.
Seal!
Now you see what I can do!
More for the
That's
south
a
side!
ruin snap!
Double this one's all mine!
Dance!
Thunder Shield!
Double demon!
Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a long way yet to go.
Go no further!
Double demon fang! Eat dirt!
Come and get the tempest and
You're
storm!
mine!
You can't get out of this!
Lightning
I'm not
Orb!
done! Double demon fang!
Cascade!
Dragon form!
I'm ready! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
I'll tear you apart!
Dragon swarm!
Here goes!
This helmet storm! Elusive deity! Rotating power!
Dance in the wind!
Eternal devastation! Pierce!
Elusive deity! Benediction light!
Megasonic thrust! Pierce!
Heal!
Lightning Orb!
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
Begin!
Far enough! I'm on it! You're done! I'll tear you apart!
No escape! Here I come!
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
This one's all mine!
I'll be safe.
Negative escape doesn't resonate with the earth!
Double demon fang!
More with that came from.
Too much!
Lightning to death.
Can't move!
Forgive me. This is my...
There!
Tectonic punch! I'm just getting started!
Double demon fang!
Dance in the wind.
Far enough! Who's next?
Dance in the wind. In here.
Dragon swarm!
I'll be
Begin!
safe.
Benediction
In
light.
here.
I can carve through armor! Heal!
More for the stockpile.
Blow away!
Eat dirt!
More where that came from.
Try harder! Now! Here I come! Dragon swarm! Double demon fang!
On
Now.
Death Blossom! Demons descend! Flashing bang!
With this, I can become even stronger.
What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
You guys want to rest here?
That's what we're going to climb?
The villagers managed it on their escape from the city. We're going in the opposite direction, but where there's a will...
There's always a way, right? And it looks like we're out of options. Let's grit our teeth and go! Is it just me, or does Rinwell suddenly seem much more comfortable around Dohalim than she used to?
I noticed that too. When the two of them came and found me together back on the beach, I could hardly believe my eyes.
It's not like we had a choice or anything. Law and Kisara had to hang back to convince the villagers we meant them no harm. More than that, though. There are a lot of things I've still got to come to terms with regarding Almadria. But I guess I'm through making snap judgments based on someone's origin. At least, I'm trying to be. I guess you could say it's a work in progress.
I see. You hear that, Law? Sounds like all that hard effort wasn't for nothing.
Yeah.
That's got to be reassuring to hear. Right, Dohalim?
Not being subjected to unwarranted suspicion is certainly welcome.
Yeah, that long-winded way you have of talking, though? Not so much a fan of that.
I think that's more of a personality thing than a Renin trait.
Really? In that case, I won't have to feel guilty getting annoyed by it.
No choice.
Just what the doctor ordered.
Dragon Swarm! Swallow dance! Double Demon Fang!
Champion
Dragon Swarm!
Not on my watch! It's a duel of the arts! Steel Force!
Double Demon Fang!
Hey,
Dragon Swarm!
I'm ready! Law!
Demons descend! Flashing Fang!
Easy! Way to go!
The enemy views ours too.
You'll soon see about that!
Dragon Swarm!
I'm ready!
Law!
Demons descend! Flashing Fang!
I've still got a ways to go. An opponent like this should be easy. I'm on it! Double Demon Fang!
Use the deity!
Wind Astral
Wind! Burn! It's over! Lunar Rondo!
Illuminate the dark!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Well then, I should probably think about tonight's menu.
Crap. This injury hurts more than I thought. Shion, sorry, but could you... Oh. Right.
Go no further!
Armor won't save you!
Go
Double
dance in
Demon
the
Fang!
wind!
You picked the wrong fight!
Now!
Double Demon Fang!
Now!
Demons descend! Flashing Fang!
Easy! Way to go!
Dragon Sonic Thrust! You're mine!
Here's another!
Double Demon Fang! Dragon Swarm!
Super Swallow Dance!
Double Demon Fang! Dragon Sonic Thrust!
I'll crush you! Lightning Reflexes! Tenebrous Claw!
Is there anything more magnificent than the musculature of a warrior? Perhaps it is in search of this perfect beauty that I myself am drawn into battle.
Benediction Light. Heal!
Dance in the will, mind if I do?
Eagle Assault! Now in the groove! Resistance!
Double Demon Fang!
Take this!
Whoa, hey! One at a time! Shield!
Too fast!
Stand back! I'll trip it up!
Double Demon Fang! Dragon Swarm!
No further! I'm ready!
Kisara, frozen!
Hammer!
Leave the enemy's arms to me!
No place here!
Dance in the wind!
Try harder! Now! I'm knocked out! Take this!
I shall ensure you survive this.
Dragon Swarm!
Talon Hurricane! More where that came
Here I
from!
come!
Tunnel!
You're mine! I'm not done!
Hey, I'm pretty lucky. Retreat if you know what's good for you.
I'll smash you! Big Blast! I'll throw you in the time! You picked the wrong fight! Dragon
Is it hot? Just bash it out again!
Talon Hurricane!
Tunnel! Light
It's
after
the
light!
Strike!
Watch this!
Here I come! Double Demon Fang! Dragon
Now!
Sword!
Demons descend! Flashing bang!
Easy! Way to go!
No armor can stop me!
Remind me to stay on your good side.
Now!
Demon Fang!
Blow them away!
Here goes! Up and out!
Dragon Sword!
I'm not!
Double
I'm ready! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Guess we don't know our own strength.
You could say that again!
I've never stood so close to a waterfall like this before.
I bet it'd feel real refreshing to take a shower underneath this water.
You're welcome to try, but that water pressure would likely crush you to a pulp. Let's see what you've got.
I can carve through armor! Eat this! Talon Sword!
Double Demon Fang! Dragon Sword!
Raging Talon Hurricane!
Megaphone
Get that shell hiding something tasty?
You picked the wrong
I'm gonna
fight!
bait to them!
Its armor's too strong.
Split it open!
Be my guest!
That's my cue!
Shut him down.
No escape!
Art expert coming through!
Eat this! Watch it!
Gale Force! Lightning Blast! Thunder Blade! Illuminate the dark!
Take this!
Holy Clip! Holy
Double
Land!
Demon Fang!
Talon Hurricane!
Now!
Totally! In an instant! Impact Block!
To achieve such harmony,
Takes a singular will.
Man, I'm famished.
Hi, Hoodle!
Come and face me!
Light Constantine!
Hitting pile driver! Eagle Dawn!
Double Demon Fang!
I'm just getting started!
Now
Elusive Dance! Can't get out of this! I'm ready!
You picked the wrong fight!
Negative deck!
Here I
Resonate with the
come! Dragon Swarm!
Illuminate the dark!
We're cleaning house.
Let me take the rest of them!
Well, someone's feeling lively.
Inspiration! Heal! Time for one more!
Gale Force!
Eat this!
Rage and Cascade!
Resonate
Not
with
on
the
my
earth!
watch!
Stalagmite!
Double Demon Fang! Dragon Swarm!
Talon Hurricane!
Dazzle! Devastation! Rising Rocket!
This will come in handy. Illuminate the dark!
Dragon!
Holy Grail! Holy Land! I can do this all day!
Here I come! My turn! You're my...
Illuminate the dark!
Everlasting
Holy
dark.
Glimmer!
Negative
Megasonic
deck!
Thrust!
On your knees.
Swallow dance!
Dance in the wind! Feel!
Another incantation ruined.
Here I come!
Nice, Law!
Leave it all to Law.
Hey, I'm here too, you know!
Dragon Swarm!
Alright, it's just
ready.
Bridwell! Frozen!
Hammer! There's always room for improvement.
Backing down! You picked the wrong fight!
In a bind?
Illuminate
Hurricane!
Come
You're
forth!
mine!
Holy Land!
Double Demon Fang! Dragon Swarm! Severing Wind! Burn! Rising
All back
Dragon!
in their defenses!
Glad you have your use.
I'll show you how useful I can be! Oh! Now I'm real mad!
Dragon Shell! You're mine! Double Demon Fang!
Benediction light.
Dragon Shell!
Thunder Field!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
I'm on Double Demon Fang!
Do it! Johaline!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
Trapped in darkness, pierced by light.
I call it the Rindo Special. Little help!
Resonate with these?
Stay calm. I shall provide
Don't
assistance.
mind if I do.
Eat this!
Come on, Demon! Be careful, everyone! This one isn't normal!
Now I'm in the groove!
Benediction light.
Double Demon Fang! Dragon Swarm! You picked the wrong fight!
Holy Quiver!
Double Demon Fang! Dragon Swarm!
In a bind?
Benediction light.
Law, you alright?
Should I? Yeah, I'll be okay. Nothing gets by me. This all day.
Double Demon Fang!
We're in the home stretch, guys.
What'd she say? Eyes on the prize.
That focus goes double for you, Law.
Me? How come I get singled out?
Double Demon Fang! Dragon Swarm!
Come forth! Holy Quiver! Holy Land!
Orb won't save you.
In here!
You picked the wrong fight!
Get on there together! Magic is in!
Megasonic Thrust! Here! Megasonic Thrust! Here! First strike!
Hold on to your art. Here I come! Dance in the wind!
Dragon
In
Swarm!
here! Inspiration! This is how I can hear.
Severing...
This is looking good.
Raging storm! Let's go!
That frickin' does it.
Not in your dream! They're all coming after
I
me!
knew we could count on you.
As we all
I'm not
count on
scared.
your courage.
I'm totally fine.
You're welcome.
Double Demon Fang!
Here goes!
First strike!
Take that lightning
Dragon
descent!
Swarm!
Lost! Demon's descent!
Flashing bang.
Easy! Way to go!
Benediction light.
Anything in armor is all mine.
Double Demon Fang!
Raging storm! Whoa, hey! When is
I'm ready.
Kisara, frozen!
Hammer.
Benediction light.
Strike!
I can carve through
You
all of
finished!
it!
Wait,
I got
now!
Demon Fang!
Run you in the
Hurricane!
face!
Inferno Punch! Double Demon Fang!
Negative
Strike!
gate!
My astral arts are coming along quite nicely.
Coming along? What do you want to do with them?
Oh, you know. Sprout flowers from the tip of my staff, suspended in midair.
So you want to be a street magician then?
Hey! Poodle's quivering! I think we're about to be real lucky!
Hey, new equipment!
How much farther?
I don't think we're even halfway there yet. Hang in there.
Not even... halfway? Are you serious?
That's no reason to give up now.
Yeah, just...
Hi, Poodle!
I'm surrounded! Take this!
Not on my watch!
Double Demon Fang!
Lightning orb!
A debut performance!
Let's go!
Here I come!
Sleep now!
Double Demon Fang! Eat dirt!
Dragon Shell!
Get on it, Elsie!
Double Demon Fang!
Even wider. Oh! Now I'm real mad!
Double Demon Fang!
Magic is
Dragon
out!
Swarm!
Do it!
Free
Law!
Blaster!
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Benediction light.
Dragon Shell!
Double Demon Fang!
There you go!
Double Demon!
I'll crush you! Ah! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Now I'm into shattering the pieces! Attack time! I'm ready!
Dohaline!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! You don't mess around.
On your way.
Don't mind if I
not.
do.
Swallow dance!
Double Demon Fang!
Now!
Eagle assault! The last might! Do it!
Art expert!
We managed to pull through.
Did we really just spend that much money?
What is this place?
Careful. We've got company.
Doesn't look like we're getting past without a fight.
Watch your feet. Fall from here and it's curtains.
We're just trying to get past. Get out of our way!
Save your breath!
All that thing sees is a talking meal! Then let's show it how wrong it is! Is it trying to stop us? I'm ready! Double Demon Fang!
Exploit the enemy's weakness!
Attack time!
I really owe you one.
Eat dirt!
Confiscated!
That freaking does it!
Double Demon Fang!
Now you see what I can do!
Sleep now.
Dragon
Here
Swarm!
you go! Take you like me again! Super Swarm!
Double Demon Fang! Dragon Swarm!
I'm just getting started!
Double Demon Fang!
Dance in the wind! Its wings are lighting up!
It's getting ready to attack!
Illuminate the dark!
Here!
Maybe Shokisara a little
Tremendous
tiny,
power.
huh?
She is strong. She can handle herself.
You
Eat dirt!
can be really dense, though, Helene.
Double Demon Fang! Dragon Swarm!
I healed myself.
Glimmer Dragon!
Double Demon Fang!
Death Blossom! Here!
I can handle it.
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you!
Now you see what I can do!
It's wide open!
It won't escape me! Blow away!
Double Demon Fang!
Lightning orb! Raging cascade!
I'm on a roll now!
Feel!
Deity!
Art extra!
Can you take it?
This one's all mine! Eat dirt!
Inferno Punch!
Double Demon Fang!
Elusive Deity! Hitting pile driver!
Double Demon Fang!
It's time!
In the wind! Air thrust! Illuminate the dark! Come forth! Holy
Take
Quiver!
this!
Holy lamp!
Off my focus!
You'll pay for that! Try harder! Now! Take this!
Unique!
Double Demon Fang!
Illuminate the
Eat
dark!
this! Watch it!
Come forth! Holy Glimmer! Holy
Resonate
lamp!
ready and ready! Stalagmite! Dare you rending you a bloody howling!
Come forth! Holy Glimmer! Holy lamp!
Dragon Shell! Watch this!
Double Demon Fang!
I'm ready! Go! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Light astral energy!
Can you take it? Swallow Dance!
Double Demon Fang!
Different from before.
It's about to come at us! Look sharp!
Such unadulterated fury.
Double Demon Fang! This one's all mine!
Fire!
Couldn't make it in time.
I'm on it! Here we go again! I'm on it! From the yard, imbue this vanquished soul with life, resuscitation,
Benediction light.
inspiration! Heal!
Gonna
I
smart
can do this all day!
Another incantation ruined.
Now another!
Air thrust!
Now I'm real mad!
Benediction light.
You picked the wrong fight!
Heal!
Take this!
I can
From
carve
beyond.
through walls! Imbue this... Take this! Dragon Shell! Imbue this... I'm on it! Soul with love! There you are! All good things come to an end!
Benediction light.
That's gonna smart.
And in your death, Wolverine. Then tonight's meal is on you. You've got it.
Denied! Eagle Fly! Now I'm in the groove! This is not my fight!
Stay away from my friend!
Seal!
Can you take it?
Well tucked away.
Double Demon Fang!
In here!
On your knees!
More for the stockpile!
Air pressure!
Double Demon Fang!
Hold on to your heart!
Imbue
Here I
this
come!
vanquished...
Raging storm! Alright!
Double Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang! There!
Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
The picture of
Confiscate! Photon flash! Illuminate the dark!
Benediction
Come
light.
forth! Holy
Eat
Glimmer!
dirt!
First strike! Heal!
You're mine!
Powered Hurricane!
Double Demon Fang!
Now or never!
Dragon Swarm!
Can't get out of this! Let's tear him up!
Dance in the wind!
Yes! Time to deal some hurt! I can
Feel.
carve through armor! Tempting!
Double Demon Fang!
Manny, almost there!
Or close enough.
Take
Take it away, Law.
I thought you'd never ask! I'm on it! Catapult! Far enough!
Double Demon Fang!
Powered
The enemy is going all out! Holy Land!
Mega
Lightning raging Musket!
You picked the wrong fight!
Go you! Hands to the wind! Air thrust!
Raising you up bloody!
Illuminate the dark! Come on! Holy Glimmer! Holy Land!
Try harder!
I need carve through armor!
My turn! Take this!
Illuminate the dark! Come forth! Holy Glimmer! Holy Land!
Can't get out of this! I'm ready!
First strike! Double demon!
I'm ready!
Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
With fauna like that, I'm impressed so many people from Thistle made it through here alive.
Who's to say there weren't a whole lot more of them who didn't?
Well, at any rate, it should be a safer climb now that we've cleared the way a bit, right?
No. So long as people feel the need to face terrain this perilous, I'd say true safety's some way off.
You mean defeating Volron and putting an end to the crown contest, right? I guess that would be the best solution here, huh?
We've wasted enough time here already. Let's get going. Xion needs us.
How are we still not there yet? It feels like we've been climbing this mountain forever.
It helps if you try not to look up or down. All you need is silent determination. Talking too much will only waste energy and burn you out.
I'm too tired to look up or down, even if I wanted to.
Take care you don't fall, at least. Unless you want to make a Zoogel's day, that is.
Zoogles? Why would they care if I fell or not?
How would you feel if a 3-course meal fell right out of the sky at your feet?
Zoogle Chow.
Law? Best not to listen to him if you can help it. You'll only be encouraging him if you do.
Tell me that before I listen next time.
Still, Tohalim has a point. One wrong step and it's curtains.
Wouldn't it be great if we could all fly like Hootle? I bet even the refugees who didn't make it would have made it to Thistleum that way.
Until we magically sprout wings. Let's just watch where we're stepping instead, okay? Come on. Xion's waiting for us.
Hey!
Are you insane? What the hell were you thinking? I thought we were gonna die!
One simply needs to be bold and act with conviction in times such as these.
Did you know it was gonna be safe before you jumped? Because I sure didn't.
More or less. I figured there would likely be a basin here akin to most such waterfalls.
Don't just make people jump off cliffs on a hunch!
Are we ever gonna finish climbing this ladder?
We're climbing a considerable height. It's only natural that it will take some time.
That's not the problem here!
We are getting closer to the top, aren't we?
You've just got to keep your spirits up, Brimwell. Positive thinking is everything.
We finally reached the top.
My limbs feel like they're about to fall off.
Already? You kids need to train more.
She's right. We don't have time to catch our breath.
Someone's got a lot of pep in his step.
Not on my watch! Lightning condensed!
Double demon fang! Dragon swarm!
Holy
I'm ready!
Demons descend!
Flashing fang!
Easy! Way to go!
Double demon fang! Dragon swarm!
Hold on to your arc. Here I come! Don't mind if I do.
This one's all mine!
Can't miss.
Lunarondo!
Whoa! Illuminate the
The enemy wields arc too.
You'll soon see about that.
Light burst forth!
Radiant Citizen!
Swallow dance!
No escape!
Lightning Orb!
Double demon fang!
You're really strong, Alvin.
I'm just trying to do the best I can.
Still, it's reassuring to have you around. Illuminate the top!
You picked the wrong fight! Take this!
I'm ready!
Dopamine!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Citizen!
Trapped in darkness, pierced by light.
I call it the Rindo Special.
No backing down! I can carve through armor! I'm on it!
Double demon
In a
fang!
bind?
I'm ready!
Double demon fang!
I'm ready!
This isn't looking good! Try harder! Not a chance! I'm not done! Severing wing! Devastation! Double demon
I
fang!
thought you were going to wreck the place. I'm not nearly finished. It's all strong.
Split it open!
Be my guest! Win! Lunarondo! Devastation!
Leave the ensnaring to me. You must be tired of healing me. I'm merely doing what I can to help.
Glad you're on us,
Double demon
We are
fang!
freaking invincible!
Alvin and the others truly are strong.
What about me? Eagle Fly!
Dance in the wind!
I'll
In here!
finish you here
Take
and
it!
now!
Get on in there with me!
Crumble!
Double demon fang! You picked the wrong fight!
Up and out!
You're mine! Dragon swarm!
Hold on to your arc.
We did
Here
it!
I come!
Double demon fang!
Do it! Hey! Blow them away!
Hey! Poodle's quivering! I think we're about to be real lucky!
There's history in the air here. I can smell it.
I don't smell anything.
Don't encourage him.
Guess I misread the landing.
We did it. We've reached the top of the mountain.
About damn time. My knees are singing symphonies over here.
Look! There it is!
That's it. That's Pelegion, the seat of Voron's power.
So that's where Shion's being held?
Most likely.
Most likely.
That is what I said, yes.
Plegion's still our best lead. So that's where we go, right?
Any advice before we head in there?
No.
No?
In the ancient tongue, Ganeth Heros means Fortress of Naught, though I fail to see what insight that nugget of trivia holds.
I guess I just thought you might have something we could use.
Since Volron became Lord, the only thing this realm has been known for is its shroud of secrecy. It is Volron's stronghold. All else is incidental. Just keep in mind that you can't be too careful inside.
Speaking of which, just how are all of us planning to get inside exactly?
It's not like there are any secret passages.
We've come this far. If there's no other way in, I guess we'll just have to use the front gate. Volron told us to come find him, which means he's expecting us. Let's do this the old-fashioned way.
Land of water or no, this place has a most curious atmosphere.
I'd be taking a dip in it if the circumstances were better.
Sorry, but we have to push through for now. Shion is waiting.
Yeah, I hear ya. A soak can wait.
I don't want Shion to get mad at us for dragging our feet.
Alphen?
She's the one that's kept us on track. Picked me up when I was down.
Sure.
I just thought she'd always be there.
I sure hope nothing bad's happened to Shion.
Keep those thoughts to yourself, Rinwell. Everyone's anxious enough as it is.
Sorry. It's just... I can't seem to stop thinking about it. What do you think it is that Volron wanted with her anyway?
Going by what he said back on Almadria's ship, it would appear his primary target is Alphen. Though, it's likely he hasn't forgotten the blow he sustained at Shion's hand either. That might even be what ignited his interest.
Yeah, did you see the way he reacted? It was like he was enjoying every moment. Even his pain at Shion's thorns. Oh, that guy's just creepy.
Let's just hope he's keeping his perverted tendencies in check.
What? Law? Don't say things like that.
It's not like we weren't all thinking it.
That's still no reason to...
All right, you two. Now that's enough already. Alphen shouldn't have to grit his teeth while he listens to you.
Oh.
Sorry.
I swear I've seen that castle somewhere before. You're right. I remember seeing it from the cliffs in Calaglia, across the sea.
You mean Volron's castle?
Yeah, that must have been it.
Geographically, it would make sense. It's most certainly large enough to be seen from afar.
Back then, I had Shion and Zephyr with me.
Well, we haven't lost Shion. We can still get her back, you know.
That's right. I won't let Volron take her away from us.
This looks perfect. Guaranteed to hit the spot.
Rinwell, mind if we chat a little? I noticed you haven't been training Huda lately. Is he doing okay?
Yeah, he's fine. He's been catching fish with Kisara, and he seems to be adjusting his diet on his own, so I'm not as worried as before.
Maybe that's his way of pitching in, so you don't have to do everything for him.
Yeah, maybe. I guess at some point he started taking a shine to everyone too, just like they did to him.
You sound like you're okay with that.
Yeah. more than okay, really. It feels natural having Hoodle and everyone around.
I know what you mean. We all support and take care of each other in our own ways. It's starting to feel like we're almost a family.
Huh. I hadn't thought of it like that. So does that make you everybody's dad?
Do I really look that old to you?
Huh? You don't like that? Okay, how about you be the big brother? Shion is the big sister. And Kisara can be our mom.
Well, then how about Dohalim for the dad?
I don't really get that kind of vibe from Dohalim. He's more like an uncle. An old uncle, who's too preachy and snarky for his own good sometimes. And as for Law... Well, Hoodle took the little brother role, and Law's definitely not the dad. This is hard. Oh! Law can be the pet dog!
A dog? Do dogs really count as part of a family?
Of course they do! If an owl can be part of our family, so can a dog. When you think about it like that, we have a pretty fun family.
Yeah, a pretty big one as well.
That's why I like it so much. I wish we didn't have to do anything dangerous. I just want to keep traveling the world with you guys the way we are right now.
You okay?
Oh, it's nothing. Actually, I think I'm gonna go practice with Hoodle for a bit. We should really get some rest. Another day, another Gald.